What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. How liberated the Russos must feel at this point, not only having successfully released what's soon to be the biggest movie of all time, but in any interview from here on out about Avengers Endgame or any of the other movies they directed in the MCU, they can speak freely, answer questions candidly about what they meant, intentions for scenes, dialogue, character arcs, and in the last 24 to 48 hours from a couple of different interviews, we can stitch together this backstory of how Robert Downey Jr. did not want to say, "I am Iron Man." It's a super interesting story, and one of the ones that I think sticks out amongst the many that we're getting now after Avengers Endgame's spoiler ban has been lifted. We're going to break down why Robert Downey Jr. did not want to say this and what it meant to him and the character, but first, if you could, grab the subscribe button. We're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel-related stuff, including tickets to go see Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home while they're still in theaters and IMAX. All you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. I'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Now quickly, for all you non-artists out there, art is a process and it takes a lot of work, and a mark of a good artist is their work ethic and ability to stick to something until they get it right. Of course, it is a skill in and of itself to be able to let something go. Here's looking at you, George Lucas. But quite often when something's a masterpiece, it's because the people who created it and produced it worked to make it that way. Now, the "I am Iron Man" line that famously ended the first Iron Man movie and summed up his character arc in a super important moment for Tony Stark at the end of Avengers Endgame in response to Thanos' "I am inevitable" was not originally in the movie. In fact, they were done shooting it, and that's part of the problem. As the Russos go on to say, reported by CinemaBlend, it's an interesting story. I had dinner with Robert Downey Jr. like 2 weeks before we were supposed to shoot it, and he was like, "I don't know, I don't really want to get back into that emotional state. It's hard." And crazily enough, Joe Silva, the producer, was at the dinner. He's an old buddy of Robert's. And Joel jumps in and he's like, "Robert, what are you talking about? That's the greatest line I've ever heard. You got to say this line. You have to do it." So thank God Joel was at that dinner because he helped talk Robert into doing that line. Anthony Russo goes on to say, originally, when he snapped, he didn't say, "I am Iron Man." That idea didn't come up until we were in post-production. Our editor, Jeff Ford, Joe Russo cuts him off saying, "We were sitting on our editorial reworking that sequence, and Thanos says, 'I am inevitable.' And we were like, we really need a response to that. What is a response to that?" And our editor says, "What about 'I am Iron Man'?" And we were like, "That's it." And Anthony jumps back in and says, "We must shoot that," which of course is crazy to hear, a line that carries that much poignance and completes the perfect circular storytelling from the first movie to the last, wasn't added until they were in post-production and never intended from the first place. And then in separately a different interview, the Russos with Entertainment Weekly on Sirius XM Radio, and we have the audio, we'll play it for you now, offer a different take on the same story and add a little more of Robert Downey Jr.'s point of view. Here, listen here.
At the time when Marvel hired him, it was hard to get Robert insured, and he's turned into perhaps the biggest star in the world, and certainly the most recognizable character in the world.
What was it that you felt like you said you took a while to figure out what the line was? Like, what was it? Did you feel like
he wasn't saying anything at one point because we're like, oh, there's just so much pressure on a last line for a character that's this, popular. So we had him, we made it about the reveal that he got the stones from Thanos and that he smiled and clicked his fingers.
So in the edit room one day, in the edit room one day, we're just sitting around, and our editor Jeff Ford, who's edited all 4 of our Marvel movies as well as several other Marvel films, and he is like literally one of the cornerstones of the MCU. Nobody knows it better. Just came up with this line out of nowhere, and we're like, oh my God.
Get the cameras out. We're going to shoot it tomorrow. Yeah. Call Robert.
And then Robert, like Joe was saying, it's emotionally complicated. It's a difficult thing for Robert to perform, and he was very resistant. He didn't want to come back and do it, but like, we have to shoot.
Well, he was getting ready for reshoots on another movie he was working on. Then he'd have to grow the goatee back and so get back in peak shape.
Yeah.
And,
it's difficult.
And say he thought he had already said goodbye to the character, and he had to do it one more time, so we had to talk him into it.
And the real truth is, they probably didn't need to do much talking him into it, as Robbie Downey Jr. would have definitely seen this as the best way to send off the character. And even though he was reluctant at first, for a whole ton of reasons, emotionally and mentally, I can understand when you're done with something, you're done. And he had probably cried a ton and made his peace with it, only to open it back up. But the truth is when you do something, you got to do it right, like I said in the beginning of this video. And the mark of a true artist, a good artist, an epic artist like those, the Russos who gave us Avengers Endgame, means that they poured over every detail, every line of dialogue until the movie went flawless for them. And it's saying a lot. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Can you believe that this wasn't written from the beginning, that a line that poignant and that perfect wasn't slated to even happen in the movie, in the original script, or any of the drafts? It just works so perfectly. But like I said, let me know in the comments, if he wasn't to say "I am Iron Man," what other line could he have said, or would you have liked it better with no line at all? And quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros. One at the 400,000 subscriber mark here on the channel. The other over on my Spotify account. There's a link below. It's free and super easy to enter. All you got to do, hit the link. If you don't already have a Spotify account, make one. As I said, it's free. Follow my account, screenshot it, and email the screenshot of you following the account and streaming the song to everythingalwaysyt@gmail. Like I said, it's an easy way to double your odds of winning the PlayStation, as very few people are actually going to do that. We're also at the channel still giving away tickets to go see Avengers Endgame in IMAX while it's still in theaters, and we'll soon be giving away tickets to go see Spider-Man Far From Home that's coming out soon. If you want to win any of the stuff here at the channel, the PlayStation, the tickets, all you got to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, then leave a like and a comment down below. The more videos that you like and comment here at the channel, the better chance you have of winning. My name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always. Thanks for checking out the channel, guys, and stick around. We'll be posting it again real soon.